All right. Listen, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I even ever did a YouTube video. But look, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not editing this. There's no cuts. I'm recording it. We going one take. This is all we need. I'm not gonna lie, this is all we need. But obviously, you can tell by the title, this is a little quick little path to victory for Khalil and Rountree. I don't know, I might do one for Alex. We gonna see. Everybody already knows what Alex brings to the table, so you know what I'm saying. I don't know if we really need to. I mean, because if he wins, it's gonna be just him doing what he always does. You know what I mean? So walking somebody down that left hook. You know, obviously last fight with Yuri. You know the head kick, switch kick. I don't even think we've seen that from him in the UFC for at least at that to where it connected. Because I mean, he did against Izzy. But anyways, I'm gonna just jump right in. I got a couple clips I'm gonna get to, like a couple little few key points. Listen, first time I ever did this for a video, I done took down some notes, bruh. I done took down some notes, and I'm gonna go through the notes a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I wrote down some notes. I was doing my homework for this one. You know what I mean? Now I don't really know who's gonna. I mean, it's obviously if you look at the favorite, it's obviously Alex. I mean, that's just what you have to, you know, that's just what you have to expect. At least, like, if I'm expecting something, I'm expecting Alex to go on there and do what he always does, right? Because I mean, we seen Khalil finish before, you know what I mean, and he's also the shorter guy, and Alex just has that, you know, he has that death touch, man. He has that touch of death. We know that. Everybody knows that. That's something we already know. So that doesn't really come as a surprise. But Khalil, I think 5 fight win streak. Yeah, he's on a 5 fight win streak right now, showing out, doing this thing. I know a lot of people. I'm gonna get into it a little bit. A lot of people like to discredit the Anthony Smith victory. Oh, he was getting touched up. He was blah blah blah. I'm not gonna lie. My view. I'm gonna just jump straight into that. Actually, my view on that fight. I even wrote a little bit down so I don't even forget. I'm not gonna lie, cause I don't want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Anthony Smith fight, bro. MMA. When has MMA math ever added up? Let's be honest. Ask yourself that question. When has MMA math ever added up? There's people who beat people who can't beat that person. Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. MMA math does not add up. It never does, to be honest. It's not something that, you know, unless you're like a for sure win guy. Like, you know, I mean, Alex has kind of been looking like a for sure win guy too. You know what I'm saying? But MMA math doesn't really add up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that fight, I have a different view on that fight. That fight I'll get into. I got a little clip. Well, I got the fight. You know, we're gonna take a look at it in like right in a second. But I'm not gonna lie, like that fight, it didn't look like it was almost like a. So in boxing, they do this a lot. Some fighters, and I'm not saying this is a tune-up fight. You know, Anthony Smith is a good fighter, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a tune-up fight, but I think it was a fight where I'm gonna just get in. I'm gonna get to it, bro. Cause I'm a yap. That's just one thing I'm gonna do. My bad. So we got right here. We got right here. This I got to the finish, but I'm gonna just do the whole third round because I have some those first 2 rounds. And like I said, I'm not editing. So if you sit through me yapping, I appreciate you. Not gonna lie. This is what you see is what you get with me. Not gonna lie. But the thing is with this fight, truthfully, honestly, I feel like these first two rounds with Khalil, it was him taking whatever Anthony was giving him. It wasn't nothing sound crazy, but it wasn't nothing like he wasn't going out there going for the kill at all in these first 2 rounds. He was taking whatever Anthony was getting him, and really, I feel like what it really was he was just sitting, waiting on that counter for the right hand. Like that's just what he does. Khalil doesn't really jab. He doesn't jab too much. When he does jab, it is pretty good, but he doesn't really jab too much. Like he has this little check right hook that he does a lot, and he likes to counter, and he leads a lot of his combinations with that right hook. You know what I mean? And him being southpaw helps because that's his lead hand, and then you're real comfortable with checking like that. I mean, that's pretty good in my eyes, and that I feel like that will help out a little bit in the Alex fight. But like right here, just this round right here. Hold up, gotta do something. Ain't trying to get in trouble here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't trying to get in trouble here. Oh, that might help out a little bit. You know what? I don't care. My bad. If you're sitting through, thank you. But no, for real. Hey, shit happens. But yeah, this right here, not gonna lie, I'm not monetizing this video. Who cares? But this right here is the third round right here. I just wanted to get this out of the way. This is him being active. Khalil, when he's not being active, yeah, he's sitting back waiting for the counter, and you seen it a little bit there. That was like a loop and overhand though. But he's being more active, and this is nothing I'm gonna get into a little bit later. He was hand fighting a lot in this fight, like, and he wasn't like swatting the hand down. I think it's literally just to build up that. I genuinely think, and he also said this, like, I mean, that finish is crazy for one. I don't know how he generated that power from the uppercut, but the thing is with that right hand he has, like, I think the reason why he was this fight, I'm yapping again. This fight though, I think before this fight, right? I think he knew he wanted the Alex fight. What did he know as a potentially he'll get it? Probably not, to be honest, because I mean I think the Jamal Hill fight was scheduled, but in his mind he was like, okay, I want to fight Alex because after the fight, I'm pretty sure it was after this fight he said he wanted to fight Alex. Like he said, that's the fight he wanted. So he's just getting comfortable with throwing that right hand with countering off of, countering with that lead hand. So I think he was just getting more comfortable. That's why those first two rounds, he was really kind of just sitting back, waiting, checking with that right hook. It's pretty simple, I think. At least from what I see, that's just what it seemed like. A lot of people was like, "Oh my God, he should have went in there and wiped Anthony. He should have did this." Like I get it, but at the same time, he was coasting those first two rounds, taking whatever Anthony was giving him. It wasn't anything that was like super super insane. Like the performance, to me, the performance just seemed like he was sitting back waiting, waiting for a shot. Third round, he was like, all right, I'm gonna go out there and get it. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I've got my reps in trying to counter off this, and fighting an orthodox fighter. I think this is just what we're gonna see in the Alex fight. And this whole Alex fight, by the way, that counter range, this whole fight's gonna take place in that range. In that range. That whole fight. I got this right here. I'm gonna go back a little bit. This everybody listen. Everybody's gonna discredit this fight too. I think this is the only southpaw Alex has faced in the UFC. Maybe. I don't know. If I'm wrong, fact check me. But at least a true southpaw. But Jerry and Izzy both have had a little bit of success standing in that southpaw stance. Jamal wasn't having a bad fight. It's just the finish really overshadowed everything. He was being pretty active and landing some shots. They weren't the cleanest, but he was showing that he could touch them and get there. And Khalil, I would say Khalil is probably faster than Jamal. And I feel like he may hit harder than Jamal too. So I mean, Jamal's being really active. I don't think Khalil's gonna be this super active, but I think there's a pretty good chance that this fight is gonna take place within this range, and it's gonna be a lot of pitter patter like this, and a lot of hand fighting. The hand fighting thing is something I really want to get into. I'm gonna pull that up. We'll get back to this little finish. I know people want to see that finish, bro. This is actually perfect right here. This right here, this hand fighting shit. I'm not gonna lie. The Yuri fight, Alex was doing a lot of hand fighting whenever Yuri was going to southpaw stance. I think it's just normal because the southpaw orthodox, they're so close, so that hand fighting is gonna be there. One thing Khalil didn't do that whole first and second round in the Anthony Smith fight, he was not swatting the hand away like he was doing in this fight. It's definitely something he should do. He should definitely do this right here. I think this right here, him doing this, I think it's gonna. I feel like it's gonna get Alex to go a little bit. It's gonna get him to go a little bit because when Yuri was, I should have had the Yuri fight pulled up, but you guys go check out the Yuri fight. When they were hand fighting, it was kind of making Alex go a little bit more. Like I don't, he doesn't really like the touch and stuff like that. He kind of likes to, there's just like this range that he gets into when he knows that left hook's gonna land. I think that little hand fighting stuff kind of does disrupt that a little bit, and he doesn't like it. I've seen it in the Yuri fight. He got really like he started getting a little bit more aggressive. He started getting more aggressive when that little hand fighting shit was taking place. I would Liz, if I was in there, bro, I wouldn't like doing that shit. That shit, like, bro, why are we touching hands so much? But Khalil, like, he be punching that shit. You know what I'm saying? He be punching that mug. I think that's pretty cool. I think it's gonna be a thing that's gonna. It could get. I think it could get Alex to go, which getting him could go could set him up for that right hand counter. Like I said, I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm not expecting Khalil to come in here and knock Alex out. That's not what it is, but he definitely has a chance. And I think it's this whole fight is gonna be at this range. The one thing that's about Khalil is every single fight he's had really has been at this range right here, like a Muay Thai kickboxing, whatever range. It's been at this range. They've been this far apart from each other. He's not gonna have to worry about takedowns. Even though I think Alex might shoot. I'm not gonna lie, Alex might shoot for a takedown. He did against Izzy. When people kind of match his stand up a little bit, he'll tend to he's an MMA fighter. He'll mix it up now, I think. But this is really just part of that fight I wanted to point out was the hand fighting. I think the little punch of shit he'll do. Alex, I think he'll go a little bit. Another part of this fight I wanted to bring up, I wanted to mention. Obviously, everybody remembers Khalil getting knocked out by Johnny Walker in the clinch. Bro, it is what it is. Shit happens. He's a different fighter now. But I think the clinch is gonna be a help for him in this fight. To be honest, I think if you can get Alex back and kind of get him in the clinch, even against the cage, that's gonna help. You don't ever want to be on the back foot against Alex, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That left hook is crazy, and most of the time when he catches people with it, it's when they're on the back foot. So Khalil, that is a good thing about Khalil. He doesn't really back up much. He kind of does sit in that. He's either right there in front of you, just kind of standing there in that tie stance, kind of bouncing that front leg, or he's just like he is lateral, like he goes side to side, so he doesn't really back up. He was doing a little bit in the Anthony Smith fight though. I don't know why. That's why I think he was. That's why I think that fight was more of like a setup in his mind. Like I think he knew he wanted an Alex fight, and that's where he was heading. So he really wanted that. He was kind of like getting himself in certain situations and positions that he would possibly be in an Alex fight. Maybe I'm thinking that's probably a reach, but I'm not gonna lie. It seems like that's what that could be. But this right here, I just want to point this out. His head placement in the clinch is always real good, and he's strong in the clinch. And I think that Izzy was having his way with Alex in the clinch, which is crazy. I don't know why Izzy kind of didn't go back to that in the first fight. But, I mean, it's not like he needs to in the second. Well, I mean, kind of. Izzy landed that Hail Mary. That was amazing. But, Khalil, he's strong in the clinch. And, like, his head placement is always real good. And I think if he could frame Alex a lot, I think he never really goes for elbows in the clinch, though, which is crazy. But I think if he frames him out, he could wear him out a little bit. He could wear Alex out. I don't know if the power will probably translate still. I think Alex will always have that power no matter what round it is, no matter how tired he is. But it'll give Alex more to look for. And Alex doesn't expect him grappling at all. But I think the clinch will be a good equalizer to that range. Even though I think Khalil ain't gonna he probably won't do it, but I do feel like that's the way. I think he's better than Alex in the clinch. I think he gets him in the clinch. It is normally harder for I wouldn't say it's harder for shorter guys in the clinch because if you get that head placement right, you can kind of determine where that fight goes from that clinch. So, but that was just I want to get to this point too also with this Dawkins fight. And obviously I'm not comparing Dawkins to Alex. This is not what this is. I know there's probably gonna be people saying that. That's not what this is, bro. I'm not saying Alex is at the same caliber as Dawkins. We all know that's not true. But styles make fights, and a lot of the positions that Khalil Rountree is in every single fight he's had are gonna be positions that he's gonna be in against Alex. I mean, it's pretty obvious. So right here is just here's a quick straight left. You know what I mean? And it's normally set up. He normally throws that. It is crazy because he kind of does normally throw it like later in rounds. He does like to set up. I feel like he sets it up all the time off of the counter, right? You know what I mean? And he kind of feinted with the right hand right there, and then threw that left straight. And obviously his round pound's ridiculous. It's you know what I mean. That amount of torque he gets is ridiculous. But Dad, let me make sure, cause yeah, bro. Let me make sure I'm getting all my notes. And if you still this far as you sitting through this, bro, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Not gonna lie, cause I'm yapping right now. I know I am. Oh, defense. I wanted to get to this. I should have had a clip up, but I don't. It is what it is. But the defense of Alex, his defense is still he's still very like mentally ingrained. This is one of the big points, right? One of the big points I wanted to get to. Alex defense is still very like kickboxing like oriented. Like when it comes to striking. He blocks it a lot like this, like as if he still has gloves on, like in the kickboxing, like when he was in Glory. He still kind of blocks like way out here to where you have to get around. Like you have to get around and he uses his arms a lot to blocks to block. He doesn't really it's never like a super tight block. So I think and that kind of causes him to get very like stagnant when he's getting hit because he just kind of sits out there and I feel like it's one of those tendency things that like you just can't get rid of. Like on the Contender series last night, there's that heavyweight dude, he kept touching his like nose and shit. Like he was just like it's just some weird shit. Like they be doing that. Like it's just so small tendencies that I feel like you just can't get rid of or whatever. And he sits still when he gets hit a lot. And I think someone like Khalil is very he hits hard, he's fast, we know that. But one thing he is very patient in picking his shots when he sees he has somebody hurt. He's shown it over and over again. I feel like if he can pick up on that and if he lands one of those check right hooks and then Alex is gonna kind of get into that mode to where he kind of freezes up, that's when Khalil can find that left straight, right? It's gonna be straight because Alex he does kind of close a little bit, but for the most part, it's like he puts like a frame out in front of him, and it's like you have to kind of get around it. And I think it's from just all the kickboxing matches he had in Glory. He had it, and also another thing is, bro, like a lot of these dudes who fight Alex are fucking intimidated. Obviously, I mean I would be too. I'm not fighting him. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. Like he's huge. He's huge. He was way too big for middleweight. Way too big. Like it's crazy. I don't think Khalil's really gonna be. He made this is his first big fight though, right? First, this is a huge fight. This is a title fight. You know, a lot of eyes. I mean, it's clearly the scariest person he's fighting. I don't know. I think the fight may start off in that kickboxing range, that Thai fighting kickboxing range, like they're gonna be close. There's gonna be lot of little hand fighting. I think it's gonna take Khalil to get hit a couple times to really wake up a little bit. But Alex isn't. He's never really that like super active when he's like kind of pushing forward. He's picking his shots also. And Khalil, there's one thing that worries me too about the Khalil thing with this. Obviously, I mean, fucking Alex is crazy, but the Khalil when he does get hit sometimes he looks for that counter a little bit too much and he'll kind of like he'll just kind of just start swinging without like looking almost it seems like so that could potentially set him up for like I'm thinking like a flying knee from Alex probably that could set him up for something that's probably not that wouldn't help out at all obviously with this case but I think if there's a moment when he gets if Khalil can get this fight finished, it's gonna be at that range that where his fights always take place at. It's gonna be off. It's gonna be off of the right hand counter to check whatever that's what's gonna set up the finish. I think he can land that right hand counter. If he lands it good enough, Alex is gonna kind of get into that mode to where he kind of like he doesn't really shell up, but it's like weird. He just like gets stuck and he kind of stays there. It happened with Izzy, like when he got hit and then he kind of like it just happens. It happens to all the people with Jerry. It happened with Jerry when he fought Jerry. Like he just kind of stays there. And he just, I don't know what it is. Maybe he's waiting for the opening for the left hook. I think maybe it's probably what it is. But I think if it gets into if the finish is gonna come, I'm yapping. The finish is gonna come from Khalil. It's gonna be in that situation. It's gonna be set up off the counter right hand. Yeah, it could be a looping motherfucking hand. It could be a motherfucking short little check hook. And then he may come either with the straight left or he could come around. Or, that right uppercut, like how he landed on Anthony, could be there. But I don't know if I'm going to make a prediction of the fight. Because, I mean, it's what we all expect Alex to go in there. A lot of people expect him to go in there and win. Me, I'm kind of in the middle. Obviously, I expect Alex to win though, but I can see a way. I can see a way Khalil can win. Um, yeah, I'm yapping, bro. If you listen, I'm yapping. Um, yeah, I covered the hand fighter. I covered the clinch. I covered the little, check right hook. That's pretty much for the most part. The leg kicks, I think, I'm not gonna. The leg kicks might not be too big of a point of like emphasis in this fight from either one of them. I'm not gonna lie, like Alex doesn't really throw leg kicks against southpaw, and every time Izzy switched to southpaw in that fight against Alex, Alex did not push forward. Like he was looking. See, that's also the other thing too. I think with both of them, they both look for counters a lot. Alex looks for counters more against southpaw fighters. So that's why I think also Alex will be a little stuck in the mud if he gets hit by Khalil because he's looking for that counter. It's the same thing with Jamal. He didn't really attack. Like he was looking for the counter a lot. He looks for the counter when people go to southpaw because I think because like mentally he's like, all right, he's closer to me. He's closer to my left hand now. So I can just, what I'm saying, that range is closer. So if I just make this step and step in, like I'm gonna catch him. And obviously that's the touch of death. So yeah, that's pretty much like the biggest point I think path to victory wise for Khalil. Maybe I'll drop a path to victory for Alex. I don't think we really need that, but yeah, I'm gonna start doing more breakdowns. I like fights, everything. I like watching fights, football, everything like that. I don't know if I could really break down WWE. I don't really know if there's breakdown. Maybe some reactions or something. But yeah, man, if you stuck through this whole video, you a G, bro. You a G. I appreciate you. Thanks for listening to me yap. And if you have anything that you disagree or agree with, drop it in the comments. Like I'm pretty active in my comments. I'm getting back into this YouTube stuff. We're gonna be back. We're gonna be doing this. You know what I'm saying? More than ever. But I love watching fighting. It's my first time making a breakdown video. I think you could probably see why I don't really do it too much because even if I write down some notes, I'm gonna go way off script, and I'm just gonna yap. But if you mess with that, bro, I appreciate you. I've been seeing some breakdown from some people, you know, in this community, some crazy takes, some just with other fights in general. So I feel like what, I can't sound any more crazy than any of those people, to be honest. So yeah, this is gonna be the first of many. Tell me what you think. I mean, if there's somebody in the comment, if you stumble across my channel and you want to see me break down like the co-main event, I guess I got Pena. You know what I'm saying? I got Pena. Let me just real quick, bro. I'm yapping. If you only came here for this, you can leave now. But one thing I'm excited about is the Jose Aldo fight. It's good to see Aldo back. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see him back. Do I think he wins? I mean, he's a veteran. You know what I'm saying? And he showed his last fight looked good. So I mean, I feel like he can win. Mario Bautista is younger. Good. This is gonna be a fun fight. I think it's gonna be very fun. Do I know if he wins? I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be hard. I'm just excited for that. I don't even want to be wrong. Um, Kayla Harrison. I mean, I think we can expect Kayla to go in there and win that fight. Roman Dolce and Kevin Holland, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of in the middle on that fight because I could see Roman just completely switching to grappling and kind of like laying and praying this whole fight, and you know what I mean, just doing whatever, like just I mean, not whatever, doing nothing. Like just on top, not really doing much. Kevin Allen has good jiu-jitsu, but I mean, Roman's a bigger guy, to be honest, and I don't know. I don't really see that going. I don't know. If it's gonna go one way or another. I feel like it's either Kevin's gonna win on points in the stand-up department, or Roman's gonna win on points in the grappling department, like where he's just holding them down and shit. I don't really see Roman beating Kevin on the feet unless he catches him with some crazy ass shit, but who knows. Buckley and Thompson fight. I'm not gonna lie, I like that fight. Thompson, every time he fights guys like this, he picks them apart, decimates them, like the Luke fight. But I'm not gonna lie, Buckley might just go out here and wrestle him, and we seen that's the blueprint to beat Wonder Boy. So I'm not gonna lie, as long as Buckley can close that distance and actually get the takedown, which I'm pretty sure he will, I think he's gonna win the fight by decision. I don't think he finished. Maybe he could possibly finish with ground and pound, but I don't really think so. I think that's gonna be a decision win for him. I don't know. Hernandez is back. That's cool, I guess. I just want to get down to this right here. Over St. Crew, my Haitian brother. You know what I'm saying? Versus Ryan Spann. I hope for please do not get flatlined in this fucking fight, Ovens. I think he has a good chance against Ryan Spann, though. I'm not gonna lie. Ryan Spann hasn't really, listen, they could all whoop my ass. I'm not gonna seriously say they trash at fighting, but Ryan Spann has kind of showed that he's pretty chinny. So Ovince's last fight looked pretty good though. So which I'm thankful for. I thought he was gonna hang it up a while ago, and apparently he's not. He's still fighting. So I just don't ever want to see him get knocked out. I'm sick of seeing him get knocked out. So Ovins, please, from one Haitian to another, go out there and get that job done. I could see him finishing it though. I wishful thinking. Carla Esparza versus Tisha. I've been seeing a lot of people take Tisha. I don't really know why. I'm pretty sure Carla's gonna wrestle her way to victory in this fight. And for all my a little bit, if I guess you could consider OGs of UFC, Court McGee versus Tim Means. I like this fight, man. This is an exciting fight. It gets me excited a little bit for the early prelims. I got my boy Court McGee, man. Even though Tim Means is nasty now, I like this fight. This is like one of them, like, if you've been watching UFC for a little bit, this is one of those fights that you just like damn, they still fighting type stuff. But I like Court McGee in this fight. I think he can wrestle, but I do want to say the stand up, the clinch warfare with Means is probably not the way to go, because I mean, as long as he gets good placement, because I mean those elbows from Means are kind of he works a lot in the clinch. So I mean, but I mean, I don't know. I got McGee. I got McGee winning that fight. But yeah, that's been it, man. That's been my path to victory for Khalil Rountree. I'm excited, really excited for this fight. I went off script a little bit, but hey, it's my first video back, man. First video back. And if you sat through this, even if you had it playing in the background while you playing the game or something, I'll be doing that, you doing something. I appreciate you for real. I wanted to keep this under 30 minutes, and I did. You know what I mean? For now, at least. Maybe. It looks like it says 28 minutes. But yeah. So I appreciate it, for real. Really do. So, if you can leave a like for your boy. Subscribe if you want to see more. And comment down below if you want to see more from anything. I can't promise you I'll keep the breakdown short. I can't promise you that. But I can promise you I'm just going to say how it is, whatever's on my mind. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. I stream on Twitch and Kick here and there. I'm pretty I'd say I'm pretty inconsistent on that, but hey, it is what it is. But for real, thanks for stopping by, thanks for watching, and yeah, I appreciate it.